Well, I'm going to, you said I'm going to minus them, but it says plus. I'm going to want to put what in parentheses? B plus C in parentheses, right? And the A on the outside, right? This is called factoring. And I said that the other day, but I'm not sure everybody got that. So like the first question on our quiz, that was totally, it said factor, everybody went, what? Well, that's what it meant. Is what's the same in both, put it on the outside, everything else is in parentheses. This is equal to D. Okay, what do I do from there? Go ahead, Meadow. And these go away and I get A equals D over B plus C. Okay, that's my answer. I'm done. I have A by itself. I don't have to simplify. I'm good right there. So this is what we're going to do from here. Okay, this is the trick. This is the trick. So here's our paper. We wrote our problem. Everybody wrote 914 right here. You wrote A plus B, oops, AB plus AC equals D, solve for A. That's all you had to write. You didn't have to even write your answer. Now, you get points for this whether you missed it or you didn't. So if you missed it, did you make a mistake? Yes or no? If it's yes, circle yes. If you didn't, circle no. Doesn't matter. You get points if you do this. Okay? If you made a mistake, you're going to answer this yes question. If you didn't make a mistake, you're going to answer this no question. Okay? So we just went through the problem. Is somebody brave enough to say, yes, I made a mistake? Caden, right? Kaylin. Okay. You made a mistake. What did you do wrong? You didn't factor, right? Okay? You didn't do the parentheses. So you would say, what would you need to remember to avoid making this mistake on another problem? So you'd say, I need to factor correctly. Okay? Somebody that didn't make a mistake, willing to admit it. Did everybody make a mistake? You got it right? Okay. So let's go with you. No. What would you tell a friend if they were working the similar problem? On both equations. Mm-hmm. There you go. Remember, if you have a variable on both sides, to factor. So what should I see in both problems here? Maybe factoring, right? Okay. So write a sentence. I know it's not English class, but write a sentence. One sentence for each one. Okay. If you got yes, you put it here. If you got no, you put it here. And Park Valley, you didn't see that because I was standing over there. One day, really soon, that's going to be okay. So if you got it right, you answer. If you made a mistake, you answer this question. If you didn't, you answer this question. Got it? Thank you. And you guys, here's the deal. They told me, Park Valley, this is for you guys. They told me we can take all the old IVC equipment out of Jeanette's old room and bring it to my room. Now we just have to get it set up. So we're almost on it, which means all these guys will be able to talk in a mic and you can hear them. And you guys can talk and we can hear you and everybody will be happy, including me. Okay. Is there anybody that needs more time with their quiz? Okay, you're going to put this somewhere where you can keep it, which is why I hole punched it. Because at the end of the week, you're going to turn this in, and this is going to give me your points for bell quizzes. And what I'm going to look for is, number one, does it date and does it have a problem written? Number two, did you answer the yes and no with the sentence here? If you didn't do that, you're going to miss points. Okay? If you answered it, even if you missed every problem on the mistake, if you made a mistake on every problem, but you answer it with the sentence every time, all points. So, doesn't matter if I get it right or wrong, okay? This is for you guys. Did I get it right? No. What do I need to fix next time? Okay? Did I get it right? No? What do I need to fix? Okay? That's the whole idea behind it. Okay? Bell's quizzes that we did on Friday. I have them graded, but like I said, I don't know how we're scoring them yet. I know what you did right and wrong. I called in today, anybody that wasn't here that needs to take it. So that's why some of you are called, and then it just fills up our room with extra people so you can come work on homework, whatever homework you want to. If you're assigned to my room and I didn't call you to do a Bell's quiz, then you're going to come in here and you're going to work on whatever you want. Okay? Could be English, could be math, could be something. It's like study hall. Fair? Read a book. I don't care. Help your neighbor. I don't care. Okay, so plus 2 points on 1.4 today, right? So if you're done, see over there on the board, secondary math 2, 1.4 plus 2 points if it's turned in by 9:14 tonight by 9 o'clock, right? You get your plus 2 points. Is there anybody that has any questions from 9.4 you want to go over? That's the adding and subtracting all the way to the end. No? You feel like it's time to go home? No, go ahead. Loud, say it loud so I can hear you. How do we do 7? Okay, let's look at 7. Okay, number 7 says K plus L, right? Now remember, all of these mean the same exact thing. That means I'm just going to take K and add it to L. So up here, K is 4 plus 2x to the third. And I'm going to add to that L, which is 5x to the third plus 2, right? Are you good with that? Okay, so I add like terms. You see any like terms there? Which is 6, good. And is there any other like terms? 2x to the third and 5x to the third, because they're both x to the thirds, they're like terms. Okay? So I do 2 plus 5 is 7. X to the third plus 6. And there's our answer. That make sense? Okay, notice when we added our like terms that this stayed the same. The exponent stays the same. Okay, somebody up here had one. It was the same problem? Okay. Anybody have another one you want to go through? How many of us are all done with this assignment? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay, so these are the same thing down here. It just has some extra variables and stuff in them. They're not too bad. So we're doing the same exact thing. So turning our page, today we're going to go to multiplying polynomials. Okay? Multiplying polynomials. Now, when multiplying monomials to a polynomial, we distribute each term of the monomial to every term of the polynomial. That's the rainbow thing. Some of you call it the rainbow thing. It's distributing. Okay? Remember that when you multiply two terms together, you must multiply the coefficient or the numbers in front and add the exponents, which are the little numbers up here. So here we go. And then we combine the like terms. So we take this 3x squared, we multiply it in. Boom, boom, and boom, which is what they said here. 3x squared times 4x squared, we multiply the numbers. 3 times 4 is 12. Add the exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we got 12x to the 4th. See how that works? Then we go to the next one. 3x squared times negative 5x. I multiply the numbers. 3 times negative 5, negative 15. Add the exponents. If it doesn't have one, it's understood to be a 1. Oh, sure. Sorry. So I have 3x squared times x, which is 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, then I do the next one. 3x squared and 9, so I multiply the numbers. 3 times 9, 27. Add the exponents. X squared, they don't have one, so it just comes out as x squared. Okay, not too hard, right? We got it? Look what they do on the next one. They throw in x's and y's. That's not nice. You do it the same way. So here we go. Negative 6xy times 4x squared. So this is to the first. This is to the first. Can we still see it? So we multiply the numbers. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. The x's, I got 1x here and 2 here, so it's x to the third, because I add them. And I only have one y, so I put a y on the end. Anybody lost? Please put your hand up if you were lost. Okay, next one. I'm going to take the same 6xy. I'm going to multiply it to this over here. So I have negative 6xy times negative 5xy. So I multiply the numbers. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. Why is it positive? Two negatives. When you multiply two negatives together, you get a positive. Okay, so I have 1x here and 1x here, so that gives me x squared. I have 1y here, 1y here, so that gives me y squared. Good? Then I go to the next one. Negative 6xy times negative 2y squared. I multiply the numbers. Negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. Good. 1x here, none here. So what does that mean? X to the first. I can put a first on that if I want. I don't have to. 1y here, 2y's here, so y to the third. And that's my answer. You got that? Okay, I want everybody to turn over to their assignment. And we're going to do some multiplying here. We're going to do number 1 together. Okay, so now look. They put it in function notation all of a sudden. It says f of v times g of v. So they want us to go 6v times by 2v plus 3. So do you see what I did? I just wrote them in there. 6v times 2v plus 3. Everybody do that and get an answer. I'm going to make you talk. Push your button. Tell me what you got.
12v squared plus 18v.
Did everybody here get the same answer? Anybody get a different answer? Good. That's the answer. Okay, going back to our notes. Because we weren't done. We thought we were, but we weren't. We only did one little part of it. Okay, here goes. Next one says, when multiplying two polynomials, now I'm not going to have, this is a monomial because I had one term. Polynomial means many. So now it's going to multiply two polynomials together. So it says, take each term in the first polynomial and multiply it by each term in the second one. Remember that when you multiply two terms, you multiply the coefficients, add the exponent, combine like terms. So here goes. If I'm multiplying 3x minus 4y times 5x minus 2y, I'm going to take the 3x and multiply it by both terms. So I did 3x times 5x and times 2y. And then I'm going to take the negative 4y and multiply it by both terms, which is what they did here. Okay? So if I do 3x times 5x, I'm going to get 15x squared. 2 times negative 6, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, an x and a y. Then I do this one, negative 20 xy. Then I do this one, positive 8y squared. Now I'm over to this right here. Do you see that these two are like terms? Because they both have xy on them. So I do negative 6 minus 20 is negative 26. Everybody got that? Sometimes this method is referred to as the FOIL method. How many of you have heard that before? FOIL? Do you know what it means? It's just a, what you call those, yeah, if I hadn't said it. I want to say acronym, but that's not it, is it? Anyway, it's one of those things that tells you what to do. So F stands for the first two. So I multiply the first two together. So when I do that, the first times the first, 4x to the third times 7x to the third is 28x to the 6. Okay, that's the first. Then it says multiply the outside two. That's this one and this one, the two outside ones. So I multiply them. 4x cubed times negative 5x to the 7th would be negative. Everybody's quiet again. How do I multiply these two together? The numbers would be what? 20, thank you. I got x to the third, y to the 7th. They aren't the same, so I go x to the third, y to the 7th. Everybody okay with that? That's the outside two. Then I do the inside two. That's this one and this one. These two are on the inside. See how that works? So I've got 3y squared and 7x cubed, which would give me what? 3 times 7 is 21. I usually write the x's first, but it won't matter. So the x is what? X to the third y squared. That's it. Then I do, that was the inside. Then the last two. That's the last one here and the last one here. So this one times this one. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. I heard that. Got y squared and y to the 7th, which would be y to the 9th. Then I'm supposed to combine like terms. This one has an x and a y. This one has an x and a y. But notice that y's aren't the same. I can't add them if they're not the same. And so that is my answer. Okay, if I wrote this down, x plus 3 squared, what would you do? What does that mean? When it says squared, what does that mean? So if I said 5 squared, what does that mean? 5 times by itself. So if I have x plus 3 squared, what does that mean? X plus 3 times by itself. And I'm back to this thing over here. Does that make sense? So I'd go x times x, which would be x squared, thank you. Then I would do x times 3, which would be not squared. How many x's do I have if I do x times 3? Just one. Okay, 3 times x, 3x, and 3 times 3, 9. Do I have anything like terms here? 3 x's. So I have x squared. What do I do with these? Add them. 3x plus 3x is 6x plus 9. And there's my answer. Okay? So when it says something squared, that means I write it down and times it. Okay? Let's look over here. These are just the same way we're doing them with function notation. Do you want to practice some more, or do you want to do some on your homework? Homework? Okay, let's turn to our homework. You want to do some over here, or are you good to go on your own? One more? Okay, I'll pick one. Let's do number 12. Okay, so we have S, which is 8x plus 7. We're going to times it by V, which is 6x squared minus x plus 2. Wait, we haven't done anything like this. But it's okay, because we just do the same thing. We take everything here, we multiply it by everything here. So here we go. What am I going to get? 8x times 6x squared. Multiply the numbers. Add the exponent. Good. Then I go to the next one. 8x times x. 8 times -1, right? Which is negative 8x. We got an x here and an x here, so it's squared. Good. Now I take the 8x times the 2. Multiply the numbers. 16. I've got an x. How many x's? 1. So I'm good there. Now I go to the next one, which is the 7 times the 6, which is 42 what? X squared. I'm going to write it right here. Why do you think I wrote it right there? Because I'm going to combine those in a minute. Yeah, okay, good. 7 times negative x. 7 times negative 1x. I'm going to write it right here. Because those two combine. What about this one? 7 times 2. Why didn't I put this one over here? Because I can't combine it. So now I'm going to just combine. So I got 48. That's an 8. X cubed. Negative 8 and positive 42. $34. X to the squared, because I'm adding. I don't change them when I'm adding. Okay? 16 and negative 7. 9x plus 14. And there's my answer. Everybody says I always do the easy one, so I jump down and do the hard one for you. Okay? Okay, you guys, do this assignment. You have some time left. I don't know how much. We get out at, since I'm used to teaching you in 15 seconds, we get out at 45. I know, isn't that weird? So we get out at 45, so you guys have about half an hour to work on homework. I know, kind of cool, huh? Okay, so work on your homework. You can work together, you can talk, you can't